Germany and the euro up, Britain and sterling down. That's the message for FX traders from today's economic data. But is it that clear-cut? I'm Jamie McGeever and this is today's Market Pulse. Well, let's get straight out now to our guest who's sitting next to me, Reuters FX analyst Neil Kimberley. Neil, let's start with the euro. Germany pounding ahead. Today it was the IFO, earlier it was the ZEW, the PMIs, JP Morgan raising Q1 GDP to 1.5%. The euro's up through 134. Where does this stop?
Well, we talked about this last week. It's the rehabilitation trade. You know, you look at Germany. Let's ignore France because that doesn't look too hot. But Germany looks.
Or anyone else.
No, but Germany looks sexy, to be honest. If part of that rehabilitation trade, we've had 2 years of real money, asset managers, central banks, all reducing their euro exposure. You get one little glimmer that this is starting to move the other way, and you have to be on it. Because you're not on it and it goes, you're toast. It's the same as the short yen trade.
You're talking about real money here. I mean, if we are talking real money coming back to the euro, is this a secular trade underway? Is this a secular turn?
I'm reluctant to call it so far, but what I do know is most punters in London and in Europe, they do not have this on the book. They don't own the trade yet. Now, we're up here, 134, 30, 40 coming on air. There are good sellers. 50, they've all been done. 60, 70, 80, 90. People looking to get out of longs ahead of the weekend. I don't think they're going to get that chance. But the bottom line is, if we get up to 134.87, the 2012 high, we're going to push on from there. People are going to go, hang on a second, I've got to be on this. You get a close above 135, and I've already got people in Germany saying 137, 138. We can live with this. That's a sea change.
Germany can, of course. The rest of the Eurozone can't.
Does anybody care about the rest of the Eurozone? If this is moving and you're underweight euros, you got to buy it. It may prove to be horribly incorrect, but you have to go with the herd of wildebeest that are going across the plain. Stand in the way of it, you get crushed.
No doubt. Sterling. It's, well, black and white, night and day from the Germany outlook. The UK economy contracted in Q4, halfway towards a triple-dip recession. Is sterling a sell? An obvious sell?
In a word, yours. Bottom line is, a lot of people piled into sterling at the same period as they were saying the euros. Part of the rehabilitation trade of the euro, part of the reason why the euro is so better bid in the whole complex, rather than just being euro-dollar, is because as people go back into the euros, they have to come out of other things. Mr. Ulyukayev, the Russian central bank, speaking to Reuters in Davos yesterday, said the Russian central bank's got 9% of its reserves in sterling. 9%, I ask you. Look at the contrast. You've got to be looking at reducing your pounds. If we go through 157.30 on the downside and cable, where there's a lot of barriers, there's an awful lot of stop entries, and I'm not hearing about any UK exporters coming to buy sterling in size until around 155. So that baby's got legs if she wants to go, and I'm not sure the market's really got it all on yet. And on the euro sterling, we're up here where we are now. 85.31 is the 200-week moving average. And there's a Fibonacci level as well at 85.37. We get a weekly close above those two levels. People are going to start talking about the 2011 highs of 87.70, and then it's going to be 90 cents.
OK, long-term real money may not have this trade on, as you said, but short-term, surely everyone does. Short sterling, long euro. Isn't the trade overcrowded?
It may well be overcrowded, but you know what? People have been telling me the short yen trade's overcrowded for months, and I still hate the yen. The bottom line is, if I'm going to turn the position, if I'm going to get out of my euro long against a variety of currencies, if I'm going to get out of my short sterling position, I kind of need a reason here. I may play about with a position. You know, if I think it's oversold on the day, the pound, I might buy some back. But I'm going to keep the core position because underlyingly, if this is a super tanker moving in one direction, it's going to keep going even if you turn the engines off. And I've got to be on it. OK, Neil, have a great weekend. Reuters FX analyst Neil Kimberley. Well, join me again at 12 GMT on Monday when I'll be taking the pulse of the market for you. I'm Jamie McGeever, and this is Reuters.